are you all my viewers? I'm here again as Julima Wellness Consultancy in Molela in Theta in Juja in Kiambu in Kenya, Kenya in East Africa, this is in Africa. Today I just want to have a topic of stages of personality development. We have several stages of development, but this time we will look the 6 stages of development according to Raymond Cattell. Cattell proposed 6 stages in the development of personality, covering the entire lifespan, the period of infancy, from birth to age 6. Is the major formative period of personality. The child is influenced by parents and siblings and by the experiences of weaning and toilet training. Now, this is the stage where the child is very dependent with those people who we are surrounding, like the parents, siblings, and it's this time where a child will learn how to cope with others. It's where the child will start his personality formative. This is where he will be trained about the toilets, how to. It's the place where he will be trained about toilet training. It's where the child will know how to learn how to talk. It's where the child will learn about the language, and it's the time where the child will know whom to bond with. Especially this is the most important time for the child to bond with the siblings and the parents. Now we come to stage 2. Social attitude develop along with the ego and the superego, feeling of security or insecurity, attitudes towards authority, and a possible tendency to neuroticism. This is the period where the child is supposed to be shown a lot of love by the parents, by the sibling, by the environments. And this is the stage where the child will start going to school. How will the teacher whom he will find in the first place in the school behave to that child? That, remember, this is the important stage to mold that child. So it's the important time to show that child love. Cattell was not a follower of Freudians, but he incorporated in his theory several Freudian ideas, namely that the early years of life are crucial in personality formations and that all and inner conflicts can affect personality. Yes, as I have said, all and inner conflicts can affect personality. That is the time the child was, if he has a distress, is supposed to be catered for immediately. If it's food, know the child, start the child from the beginning to feed her well. Start the child to see him or her how to behave when you are removing, or you are training him about the toilet. Now we come to stage 2, which is between age 6 and 14. The shared stage of personality formations, there are few psychological problems. This stage marks the beginning of trends towards independence from parents and an increasing identification with peers. The childhood stage is followed by a more troublesome and stressful stage. Adolescence from 14 to 23. Emotional disorders. No, we are in stage 2. The shared stage of between age 6 to 14, the childhood stage of personality formations, there are few psychological problems. This stage marks the beginning of a trend towards independence from parents and an increasing identifications with peers. That is when you are expecting the child to enter in the house at exactly 6 or 7, but is there outside playing with other peers, mostly his or her age groups. That is the time. If you have two or one child, you are meeting, your house is full of children who were brought up in your house by that child. Don't complain, embrace them. That is just for a time. Now we enter to stage 3. This stage marks the beginning. The childhood stage is followed by a more troublesome and stressful stage, adolescence, from 14 to 23. Those mothers, those parents with teenagers, now we are there. Emotional disorders and delinquency may be evident as young people experience conflict centered on their lives. And that stage is most of the time when a child was sent home from school. Most of them now they have entered high school. Higher. Emotional disorders and delinquency may be evident as young people experience conflicts centered on their drive for independence. That is where a child thinking that you are returning her to school, you just hear her telling you, no, I'm going by myself to school. I'm meeting other students to accompany them back to school. Self-assertion and sex. Remember, that is the stage. Now their hormones have grown. That is the stage where you start seeing the girl with, their buttocks, their breasts have started growing. They are staging even physical. Their physical bodies are staging. So now is where you see the girls have started talking with boys of their age. That is where you see, if you have a girl in the house, there are some boys who will be passing just there, just to see whether you see that girl. Don't think it's abnormal. That is a stage. And you have to adhere with it as a parent. Don't start shouting to those girls. Don't start shouting to those boys. That age, they have to pass there. The fourth phase of development, maturity, lasts from approximately age 23 to age It is generally a productive, satisfying time in terms of career, marriage, and family situations. Now, this age from 23 to 50, this is where most of those boys, most of those young boys, youths now they are no longer, now they are youth. This is where they start marrying. They are the time they start giving updates. This is time when they were starting to look for jobs. This is the time now they start having family. So if you start seeing your girl who is of 23 years is coming late, don't think that he was very innocent, and don't she's going to she's doing bad if she comes late in the home. Might be as dating the different sex addicts normal. That is the time they were, if this is the time already they have joined, they have found jobs, so expect them to be passing up to coffee cyber in the evening to have coffee with other age mates. Okay. It is generally a productive, satisfying times in terms of career, marriage, and family situations. The personality becomes less flexible compared with earlier stages, and thus emotional stability increases. Cattell found little sage in interest and attitudes during this period. Yeah. Then we go to stage 5, late maturity. This is ages 50 to 65. Late maturity. This is 50 to 65. If you this 50 now, that is late maturity. Now you are in another category. This is the time you will start. Your daughters are marrying. This is the stage you see your young sons are bringing some girls at home. It's normal. It's normal. It involves personality development in response to physical, social, and psychological stages. Health, figure, and physical attractiveness may decline, and the end of the life may be in view. If you used to have that figure, when passing by, everyone is looking for me, you start declining at this time. Hey Lord, a lot of complications of our body starts at this point. And the physical attractiveness may decline, and the end of the life may be in view. During this phase, people re-examine their value and search for a new self. During this phase, people re-examine their values and search for a new self. You will recognize here the similarity with Carl Jung's view of the midlife period, the final stage. Now we are in the final stage. The final stage, old age, involves adjustment to different kinds of losses. This final stage, listen carefully. It's a bit emotional, but we have to live there if God if God will bless us. This final stage, old age, it involves adjustment to different kinds of losses. The death of spouses. This is when some of the people you see either they have lost their wives or their the wives have lost their husbands. It's normal. Higher. You have lost your relatives. This is most of the time you see your siblings have started dying, and friends, and most of your core friends, you hear they have died. It's just a part of life. And now in this stage, this is what we experience if we view this there. A career lost to retirement. That career we are used to be proud of, now we retire from it. Loss of status in culture, that worship. Loss of status in culture. Loss of status in culture and worships youth. Not now. If you are the one who used to go to the Mogidis, now your age is telling you no, you can't go to Mogidis. Higher. And pervasive sense of loneliness and insecurity. No, at this age, most of the children have left home. So now you can be lucky if a husband or you will be both spouses. You'll be lucky, you'll be not lonely. But if one of you have died, you experience this is the time you experience a pervasive sense of loneliness and insecurity. You are left alone in the house. Might be you had built a very big house, you are just alone there. You start feeling insecure. Like during the evening, during the night, you start seeing hallucination, because at this time most of the people whom you know, they have died a long time ago. Most of your children might be they are not around, they are very far away. Some have died, and your wives have died, your husbands have died, and so this is the stage which it's very emotional, but we have to talk the truth. We have to experience this when we are in this world, and the death of spouses at that age. We are talking about 65 years upwards, relatives and friends, a career loss to retirement, loss of status in a culture that worship youth, and a pervasive sense of loneliness and insecurity. Remember, this is just is just in this stage where most of us, because of physical problems or health problem, we can't even go to churches where we used to worship. We just stay at home. But all those is in stages of personality development, and I think I will list there. It's a very good topics, and it comes without knowings, and it's just like this. To summarize it, it's in the infancy, basics, weaning, toilet training, formation of ingos, bango, and social attitude, childhood 6 to 14, independence from parents, and identification with peers. Adolescence 14 to 23, conflicts about independence, self-assertions, and sex. Maturity 23 to 50, satisfaction with career, marriage, and family. Late maturity 50 to 65, personality stages in response to physical and social circumstances. Old age 65 plus, adjustment to loss of friends, career, and status. Thank you. I think at the end of the day we have learned something, and I request all my viewers, all my friends, go on subscribing subscribing to my video, like and comment. Thank you, thank you, thank you.